We will begin our St. James City Council meeting for December 3rd, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. All members are present except for Hannah, but we do have a quorum, so I will entertain a motion to approve our minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Separate or combined?
Separate,
Separate. So which one are you?
probably A.
So 4A.
4A.
Okay. Any questions or comments on our special council meeting? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. B, consideration to approve our city council meeting 11/19/2024.
So move.
Second,
Kathleen, Sue, any questions on that one? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Down to consent items, 5A, payments of claims and ACH payments.
so moved to approve.
Sue?
Second.
Gene? Any questions or comments on claims or payments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. We do have a public hearing that will start at 6, so we'll skip down to 12A. Consideration to approve a resolution 2401, accepting feasibility report and calling for a public hearing. Adam is here to discuss. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here to discuss the 7th Street South, 13th Avenue South, and Ring Road improvements. So this is in the area of the hospital down there. What we're proposing to do is do a complete reconstructive 7th Street South from 10th Avenue South downward until it turns into gravel, and then from there on, it's going to be, there's already some sanitary and water in there that was recently put in, so that's in good shape. So we're more doing just the roadway from there down to 13th Avenue, and then on 13th Avenue itself too. There'll be a little bit of storm sewer we got to put in, but like I say, the sanitary and water are in there. With this project, we will also finish, I guess what I call Ring Road around the hospital, so we'll finish that up. We will have to extend some sanitary and water in there, so that'll provide access for the property on the west side. So if that ever wants to develop, that's sanitary and water will be in there. We want to do that prior to putting in the road so that if anything wanted to develop later on, we didn't have to rip up the road. With this project, we also, the city applied for LRIP funding with this and was successful in receiving $1.5 million to go towards this project. That $1.5 million is for street and storm sewer eligible items, and that's just for construction costs. So, you know, right now our cost estimate for this total project is, I believe, $2.88 million. So we will use that, all that eligible money towards this project. You know, with this, the next items here is to pass the resolution, receiving the report and call for the hearing on the improvement. We are going through the 429 process because we are going to be assessing the properties along there. So the next step after that would be then having an improvement hearing at your January meeting. So with that, I guess I'll open it up to any questions you guys have about the project.
I noticed that you're going to be putting sidewalks in on, will that be on both sides?
We were just looking at one side.
One side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that hasn't been determined which side yet. I mean,
Okay.
Going through, you know, the first part there where the established neighborhood is, you know, we'll have to kind of weigh which side we want to put it on, you know, driveways, trees, see which side makes more sense. I don't think there's a predominant side right now or a strong preference.
Then will that sidewalk go all the way out to the hospital
Correct.
on the same side?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the assessments, as far as they go after the residential area, will those be assessed to the landowners, or who owns the land on either side of the road? And that's where it'll be assessed, or?
Yeah, so on that first portion there, the one side is outside of city limits. We weren't planning on it, the direction of Amanda,
Yeah.
we weren't planning on assessing that.
Okay.
The other side is the city, And then once we get down past 13th Avenue, that's Mayo Health System basically owns all the
Okay.
properties along there, so
Okay.
they will get a healthy assessment.
Yeah, so Adam and I kind of worked out the numbers, so we figured out what the city was on the hook for, so no one's getting assessed the full amount of the project. We, kind of looked at what the city's paying for each of the amenities and came up with an equitable process for that.
Okay. This will be exciting to have this ring road finished up, to be able to get to the emergency room.
Correct, and that was
In a
kind of
hurry.
the big thing that, when we applied for that LRIP grant, that was the big push that we put in there, that it's, gonna help with response time. It's a second access in there if a road is closed, enhancing the water on 7th Street there on the north side. That's only a 4-inch there to get a little better redundancy in there. We've had some water main breaks down by Heckman Court, so if that gets shut off, it's just giving a little bit more of a redundant system, especially for one of the, important institutions in the town.
Absolutely. It's very exciting, actually, for a road construction project. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I know Chad will be excited that he doesn't have to blade the road down there anymore.
You'll just have to plow it now.
Okay, any other questions for Adam? So, wishes in the council.
So move. Just the resolution.
Yep,
Dispense with the reading.
thank you.
Second,
Kathleen? Paul?
dispense with the reading.
Any further questions or comments on our resolution here? All those in favor, raise your hands. Opposed? Resolution passed unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Adam.
12B, consideration approve Resolution 122402, approving State of Minnesota Joint Powers Agreements to City of St. James, behalf of City Attorney and Police Department.
So this is a joint powers agreement with the state of Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, the Department of Public Safety, and the BCA. It gives access for the city to access tools and systems that are available through the Criminal Justice Data Communications Network. This, I believe, gets approved each year, though it's a 5-year agreement, just because the state likes to change verbiage on us. So this is something that comes before the council every year.
So move, dispense with the reading.
Paul?
Second, dispense with the reading.
Gene, any questions or comments on this resolution? All those in favor, raise their hands. Opposed? Resolution passes unanimous. On to 12C, consideration and approval of Resolution 122403, approving American Federal of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Council 65, Local Number 1204, union contract.
So the Personnel Committee did meet with the ASME union and negotiated earlier this year, well, later this fall, and came to an agreement. So there's some minor adjustments to the contract. We did increase our comp time from 120 hours to 160 hours. The city will now cover 75% of health insurance rather than the 70% of health insurance. And those really are the two big changes that I can recall off the top of my head. Oh, and then the increase, the other big thing is that, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but right now there is either just a laborer position and then there's a lead position. So it's a level 5 and a level 7 of pay. And then we pay clothing allowance, plus we pay license fees on top of that. We renegotiated a reclassification of all employees, so now it spans from level 5 to level 11, depending on your qualifications, your license, your lead, your experience, education. So it's a more unified and more equitable way of doing this. And now we're also getting rid of the additional licensure pay and all of that, so there's less likely of human error to pay incorrectly. So that's exciting. And then we had negotiated with the reclassification, which automatically gave some increases, a 2.5% on top of that as well. So it averages out to about 5%. So those are what was negotiated. I think that's the big top three.
Move to approve the resolution. We dispense with the reading.
There you go.
Second,
Thank you,
dispense
Gene.
with the reading.
Paul? Any questions on the union contract resolution? All those in favor, raise their hands. Opposed? Resolution passes unanimous. 12D, consideration to approve Resolution 12-2404, approving the Convention and Visitor Bureau 2025 annual budget.
So the city does have an ordinance where we impose a lodging tax. So those that are lodging, the motel, campground and such, there is a tax, and we, as a city, collect that, and then we distribute to the CVB Board of Directors. As you can see, the budget in front of you is $16,325. They have expended that down to the penny in 2025, but it does show really where the dollars of those lodging tax monies are going. A lot of it's marketing St. James, which is what it's intended to do, so.
Amanda, do we have any VRBOs or B&Bs?
Airbnbs, we have one. We don't have an ordinance from it, so I'm still trying to do some research with other communities as to how they're classified and whether that should get taxed or not.
Okay, thank you.
Wishes from people?
So moved, dispense with the reading.
Paul?
Second, dispense with the reading.
Sue? Any questions on this budget? Other questions? All those in favor, raise their hands. Opposed? Resolution passes unanimous. 12E, a consideration to approve our resolution 12-2405, approving our consent assessments.
So from time to time, we do allow residents to complete the necessary work on their property to ensure proper functioning and making sure that trees are being removed and there's just proper improvements. And then we've also added that, high utility bills could go on by consent assessment. So we have 3 for this year. That have been, applications been made for, and staff have looked through and now looking for final approval. One of them is a high utility bill. The individual is in good standing with the city, has never missed a payment, and is good standing on their taxes. So rather than bearing the interest that we have through the city, they will bear a 2% interest with the county, and they'll pay that back in 5 years. That total is $2,047.11. And then Brianna worked with the EDA board to sell 2 properties in Mayberry Hills. They have a remaining $8,000 balance. The lots were $10,000, and they're putting those on their property taxes over the next 4 years, and it was negotiated 0% interest for that. So those need final council approval.
So move, dispense with the reading.
Kathleen?
Second, dispense with the reading.
Sue? Any further questions on our consent assessments?
Have both of the properties, have they been started to build on those yet?
Sue, do you know that?
No, I do not know that.
I don't know if they've been, they made their first payment, so I think they're within their 2 years yet.
Okay,
Brianna's not here.
that's
so
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have. Nothing else.
They've been selling really well lately.
Yeah.
So,
Any other questions? All those in favor, raise their hands. Opposed? Resolution passes unanimous. We are on to reports. Gene?
No, not much, but I was just kind of looking back, because there's only one more meeting probably here, so I was looking back at all the things that were accomplished in 4 years, and I looked at Paul and go, he's been here 20-some years, and you've been here more yet, and you know a lot of things that have
Also a little more than I.
Easy as, okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff that happens in 4 years, and I was gonna bring some of them up, but I don't wanna bore you reading 2 or 3 pages of them.
Well, we have 15 minutes, Gene, so.
Yeah, I don't have them with, so I don't know, but that was kind of exciting to look at, and A lot of good things.
That's what they call a filibuster in the business, so you could have done
Could have filled it in.
filibuster
Given me
to our
some
15 minutes.
Notice ahead of time, I could have filled it in. No, that's about it.
All right. Paul?
No.
Movie?
Movie.
Excellent.
So it's carried over Moana 2 for December 6th through the 8th. It is rated PG. It's 1 hour, 40 minutes long. In Moana 2, Moana and Maui reunite 3 years later for a new voyage. After receiving a call from her ancestors, Moana embarks on an adventure to restore a submerged island which was cursed, creating a rift in the ocean's wayfinding routes. The movie starts on Friday at 7, Saturday at 7, Sunday at 4 p.m., and tickets are just $5.
Cheap, cheap. My one thing is One St. James is tomorrow at 12 o'clock, First Presbyterian Church. So if you're able to come, lunch will be provided, so should be a good meeting tomorrow. Amanda?
I don't have anything.
Nothing? Nick? No?
I'm understanding that the movie Saturday night was standing, people were standing outside at 1:45 yet, so it must have been packed. Did everybody get in? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wait till Wicked comes. Sue?
Okay, yeah, I'll fill in a little time here.
Excellent.
So, I just want to say thanks for the learning experience for the first 4 years. I said the first year I was on the city council, I didn't have a clue what was going on. You know, it was kind of like floating along. I think I'm finally getting it, so that's why I decided to run again, and luckily I am still on for another 8 years, so I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. And then I want to do a hats off to the City Electric guys, because they added a couple of things to the downtown park. In case you haven't noticed yet, they did a couple more trees down there, and they just lit up downtown like you would not believe, so totally awesome. Thank you, guys. So, and we had couple of problems out to Memorial Park, but I'm not going out there till it warms up, so Sunday maybe. Sunday.
Very good. Departments, anybody? Bill, thank you.
The fire department, on December 14th, will be having a chili supper at the American Legion. Please come on up, try some chili. One of the cooks this year is our future mayor, Mr. Whitehead. So come up and give him a grade on his chili. So 4:30 to 7 on December 14th. Thank you.
Do you have any beanless chili?
No, but
Will somebody pick them out for me?
by request, we will have one roaster of chicken noodle soup.
Oh,
I really like chili, but no beans, you know.
so I'll pick them out.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
just- I'll just dig them right out.
Talk to the future mayor.
Okay.
See what he'll do.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else?
Tammy, do we want to share anything else that's going on? Okay, so watch for the Chamber of Commerce Winter Carnival, the full schedule. And then we have the St. James Emergency Chili. We have the Roundhouse Flyer. We have a free matinee on Sunday. And, then the EDA is having a lunch and learn too. That was in my pile here. But lots of activities coming up on December 14th, between the Event Center, the parade. Oh, and on Sunday, there's the Sons of the Legion have a Swedish meatball, so you can eat out the whole weekend.
there you go.
And at the Event Center on Saturday at noon, there's a fundraiser for the splash pad for a wheelchair. For the
Waterproof
splash pad.
wheelchair,
So you can eat Saturday afternoon at the Event Center, Saturday night at the Legion, Sunday afternoon at the Legion.
And there'll be a special appearance at 225 Event Center by Jack the Donkey. And they'll have food to feed Jack, supplied by the scraps from Superfair Produce, just saying. Jack has a menu he likes, they gave us the menu, so cut up apples would be one of them. So we'll be working hard at
Oh, and then the Highland
Jack.
cattle are going to be at
Yeah.
the veterinary clinic, so lots of stuff.
Very good.
And maybe it won't be 30 below. That would be good.
A good idea.
Oh, yeah, bonfire after the parade.
Where's that going to be?
in the downtown park.
Okay.
And then, her name is Stacy Kay, she's gonna be doing caroling, singing.
Oh, and this year we're having a Prince and Princess
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
contest, too.
Bringing it back.
Yes, first grade, I think, did a coloring contest. 10 names will be drawn, 5 boys, 5 girls, and they'll ride on the fire truck with Santa and Mrs. Claus in the parade.
Nice
Okay,
work.
John, it's your turn.
Nice work. Anybody else? All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn our regular meeting.
I so move.
Sue,
Second.
Kathleen, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. We close at 5:51.